New York City, a bustling metropolis teeming with life. The year is 2014. Millions go about their daily routines. The city's rhythm, a symphony of honking taxis and chattering crowds. From Manhattan to Brooklyn, life unfolds as usual. Tourists marvel at iconic landmarks. In Central Park, joggers weave through fallen leaves. Street vendors hawk their wares. But beneath the surface, an extraordinary event is about to unfold. An event that will grip the city in fear and uncertainty. The bustling emergency rooms are about to face a threat unlike any other. A threat that will test their capabilities. As the sun sets, an air of anticipation hangs heavy. Unbeknownst to millions, a silent alarm is about to be triggered. An alarm that will reverberate through hospitals and homes. The city that never sleeps is about to face a new kind of nightmare. The city's fate hangs in the balance as the world watches. At a nondescript CityMD clinic in Manhattan, amidst the steady stream of patients seeking medical attention, a disturbing rumor begins to circulate. A patient, exhibiting flu-like symptoms, has arrived with a recent travel history to West Africa. The very word Ebola sends shivers down the spines of healthcare workers. The virus, known for its gruesome symptoms and high mortality rate, has been making headlines globally. As medical staff discreetly gather information, a sense of urgency fills the air. The possibility of a deadly virus infiltrating the city's population is a nightmare scenario. The clock is ticking, and every minute feels like an eternity. The potential consequences of a misdiagnosis are too grave to contemplate. News of the suspected Ebola case spreads like wildfire through the clinic. Whispers turn into hushed conversations, and soon, an undercurrent of fear permeates the waiting room. The air now crackles with tension and apprehension. Some patients exchange nervous glances, while others bury their faces in their phones. Outside the clinic, the city remains oblivious to the unfolding drama. The usual cacophony of sirens and car horns continues unabated. But inside, a battle is about to commence. The outcome will have far-reaching consequences for the entire city of New York. The suspected Ebola case at CityMD becomes a ticking time bomb. News outlets descend upon the clinic, capturing the heightened activity and anxious faces. The story explodes across social media, fueled by speculation and misinformation. Hashtags like #EbolaNYC trend on Twitter, amplifying the sense of panic. Social media transforms into a breeding ground for fear and anxiety. Unverified rumors spread like wildfire, fanning the flames of panic. As darkness descends, the suspected Ebola case becomes the only topic of conversation. Families gather around television screens, their faces illuminated by the flickering blue light. The city that never sleeps finds itself wide awake, united by a shared sense of dread. The invincible spirit of New York City faces its toughest test yet. The suspected Ebola case at CityMD serves as a stark reminder of our interconnected world. It highlights the fragility of our public health systems and the importance of preparedness. As the city grapples with the potential arrival of a deadly virus, questions linger. How will New York City contain the spread of a highly contagious disease? The suspected Ebola case at CityMD is a test of the city's resilience and capacity for compassion. The city braces itself for an uncertain future, hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. As the night wears on, one thing is certain: New York City will never be the same. The very utterance of Ebola sends chills down the spines of people worldwide. It is a name synonymous with a terrifying and often fatal illness. But beyond the headlines, what exactly is Ebola? And why does it inspire such dread? Ebola has haunted humanity for decades, lurking in remote villages before bursting onto the global stage. The Ebola virus belongs to the Filoviridae family, notorious for causing severe hemorrhagic fevers. These viruses attack the white blood cells, the cornerstone of our immune system. As the virus multiplies, it wreaks havoc on the vascular system, causing internal bleeding. Ebola's high mortality rate and rapid progression make it particularly frightening. The virus often leads to death within days of the onset of symptoms. This rapid progression leaves little time for effective treatment. Early detection and supportive care are crucial in the fight for survival. Ebola's impact extends beyond individuals, crippling healthcare systems and inciting panic. The 2014 to 2016 West Africa outbreak exposed vulnerabilities in healthcare systems. delayed response and inadequate infrastructure had devastating consequences. Ebola's potential for global chaos and its gruesome nature make it a formidable foe. Section 2. Origins in the Heart of Africa. Ebola's story begins in the depths of equatorial Africa. The virus first emerged in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 1976. One outbreak struck near the Ebola River, giving the virus its name. The other outbreak occurred in Yambuku, highlighting the virus's spread. Scientists believe fruit bats are the primary carriers. These bats transmit the virus to other animals and humans. Human activities like deforestation and hunting trigger transmission. The consumption of bushmeat has been implicated in the virus's spillover. Once in humans, Ebola spreads through direct contact with bodily fluids. The 1976 outbreaks showed the world the virus's devastating potential. Ill-equipped healthcare workers became infected, fueling the spread. The world watched in horror as Ebola ravaged villages, leaving a legacy of fear. Section 3. Transmission, a dance with death. Ebola's transmission is a macabre dance, a delicate but deadly interplay of contact and vulnerability. Unlike airborne viruses that spread through respiratory droplets, Ebola requires a more intimate form of interaction. It lurks in the very fluids that sustain life: blood, vomit, diarrhea, sweat, saliva, and even breast milk, turning these life-giving substances into potential agents of death. The virus is not easily transmitted through casual contact. It requires direct contact with the bodily fluids of an infected individual, often through broken skin or mucous membranes. This means that shaking hands with someone infected with Ebola will not necessarily transmit the virus, but caring for a sick loved one without proper protection can have fatal consequences. Healthcare workers operating on the front lines of an Ebola outbreak are particularly vulnerable to infection. Tasks such as drawing blood, inserting IV lines, and caring for wounds bring them into close contact with potentially infectious fluids. Without meticulous adherence to infection control protocols and the use of personal protective equipment, healthcare workers become sitting ducks, their noble efforts to save lives tragically transformed into a death sentence. The transmission of Ebola is further complicated by the fact that infected individuals are not contagious until they develop symptoms. This means that someone carrying the virus can unknowingly spread it to others before they even realize they are ill. This silent spread, coupled with the virus's high mortality rate, makes Ebola a formidable opponent, requiring a multi-pronged approach that combines early detection, contact tracing, and rigorous infection control measures to break the chain of transmission. Section 4. The virus's calling card, grim symptoms. Ebola announces its arrival with a deceptive whisper, often masquerading as a more common illness like the flu. Fever, headache, muscle aches, and fatigue. These initial symptoms are easily mistaken for a range of ailments, making early diagnosis a challenge. However, as the virus tightens its grip, the symptoms escalate, revealing the sinister nature of the disease. The telltale signs of Ebola's progression are as dramatic as they are horrifying. Vomiting and diarrhea, often bloody, become relentless, rapidly depleting the body of essential fluids and electrolytes. The virus's attack on the vascular system triggers a cascade of events, leading to internal and external bleeding. Blood may seep from the gums, nose, and even the eyes, painting a gruesome picture of the disease's devastating impact. As the virus wreaks havoc on the body's internal organs, organ failure becomes a real threat. The liver and kidneys, overwhelmed by the onslaught, begin to shut down. The body's ability to clot blood diminishes, leading to uncontrolled bleeding, a terrifying symptom that underscores the severity of the disease. In the final stages of Ebola, patients often experience delirium, seizures, and coma, their bodies ravaged by the relentless virus. Death, often a result of multiple organ failure and septic shock, can occur within days of the onset of symptoms, highlighting the rapid and unforgiving nature of this deadly disease. It is this terrifying progression of symptoms, coupled with the virus's high mortality rate, that has cemented Ebola's place as one of the most feared diseases known to humankind. The threat of Ebola is not one New York City faces unprepared. The city boasts a robust public health infrastructure, honed by past experiences with infectious diseases. At the heart of this preparedness stands the NYC Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Staffed with experts, the DOHMH is the city's first line of defense against outbreaks. It plays a crucial role in prevention, surveillance, and education. Through meticulous monitoring and public health campaigns, the DOHMH strives to identify and mitigate potential health threats. Back at the CityMD clinic in Manhattan, the suspected Ebola case triggers a flurry of activity. The clinic staff, trained to identify and respond to potential infectious disease threats, springs into action. The patient, exhibiting flu-like symptoms and a concerning travel history to West Africa, is immediately isolated. Medical staff, donning full personal protective equipment, move with practiced efficiency. Communication crackles to life as the clinic staff alerts the DOHMH. The DOHMH dispatches a team of experts to the clinic. The team arrives ready to assess the situation, gather samples for testing, and initiate contact tracing efforts. The wheels of the city's public health response are in motion. News of a potential Ebola case at a Manhattan clinic spreads like wildfire. Headlines scream from newsstands, social media explodes with speculation, and the city braces for the unknown. Amidst the growing public concern, the DOHMH emerges as a beacon of calm and authority. The DOHMH launches a multi-pronged communication strategy to disseminate accurate and timely information. The department's message is clear. While the risk to the public remains low, the city is prepared. Public service announcements provide clear information about the virus. The DOHMH's calm and measured response serves as a reassuring presence. Their commitment to transparency helps to calm nerves and instill confidence. Section 4. Containment is key protocols and procedures. The suspected Ebola case at CityMD triggers a series of well-rehearsed protocols. Containment becomes the primary objective. Contact tracing becomes paramount. Trained DOHMH staff interview the infected individual, documenting their movements. Healthcare facilities across the city are put on high alert. The city's robust laboratory system swings into action to confirm or rule out the suspected Ebola case. The city's response is a testament to its unwavering commitment to public health. In the heart of New York City, a new breed of healthcare provider has emerged: urgent care centers like CityMD. These facilities offer an alternative to the often overwhelmed emergency rooms. CityMD, with its recognizable branding, has become a ubiquitous presence. Its walk-in clinics cater to the on-demand nature of modern life. The allure of shorter wait times and extended hours has made urgent care centers increasingly popular. The rise of urgent care centers reflects a broader shift in the healthcare landscape. They have become an integral part of the city's healthcare ecosystem. However, their role in managing public health emergencies presents unique challenges. The popularity of urgent care centers like CityMD stems from their unique ability to bridge the gap between primary care and emergency medicine. Their walk-in policy, extended hours, and strategic locations make them an attractive option. Urgent care centers handle a high volume of patients efficiently. Their streamlined processes allow them to triage patients quickly. They excel at providing a wide range of basic medical services. Their ability to offer these services on a walk-in basis has made them invaluable. Urgent care centers often offer more affordable out-of-pocket costs compared to emergency room visits. Their transparent pricing models enhance their accessibility. Section 3. Urgent care's limitations, a system under strain. While urgent care centers have revolutionized access to healthcare, their increasing popularity has exposed inherent limitations. The walk-in model can present challenges in terms of continuity of care. One primary concern is the potential to fragment healthcare. This lack of continuity can lead to gaps in medical history and a higher risk of misdiagnosis. urgent care centers are not equipped to handle serious medical emergencies. The reliance on urgent care centers for primary care needs can place a strain on the overall healthcare system. The increasing demand for urgent care services highlights the need for a more integrated approach to healthcare delivery. Section 4. The Ebola Scare, a stress test for urgent care. The 2014 Ebola scare in New York City highlighted the critical role urgent care centers play. The incident at CityMD demonstrated the effectiveness of their protocols. The clinic staff's swift action in isolating the patient helped prevent potential transmission. However, the incident also exposed the limitations of urgent care centers. CityMD lacked the specialized equipment and expertise necessary to manage a confirmed Ebola case. The incident highlighted the need for clear protocols and communication between urgent care centers, hospitals, and public health authorities. The Ebola scare served as a valuable learning experience for New York City's healthcare system. Section 1. The Echo of Ebola, Lingering Fears and Anxieties. The suspected Ebola case at the CityMD clinic sent ripples of fear and anxiety throughout New York City. The incident exposed the fragility of our collective sense of security. The Ebola scare highlighted the power of media narratives and the speed at which information can spread. The incident underscored the importance of clear, consistent, and evidence-based communication. The Ebola scare revealed deep-seated anxieties amplified by our interconnectedness. It served as a reminder of our vulnerability to forces beyond our control. The incident sparked conversations about preparedness and the importance of individual responsibility in protecting public health. The suspected Ebola case at CityMD, though a false alarm, tested New York City's public health infrastructure, revealing strengths and areas for improvement. The incident highlighted rapid response capabilities, the dedication of healthcare workers, and the need for robust communication systems. It also underscored the importance of surge capacity, adequate PPE stockpiles, and public education campaigns. In the aftermath of the Ebola scare, it became abundantly clear that knowledge is our most potent weapon against the paralyzing grip of fear. The incident underscored the critical need for public education campaigns that demystify infectious diseases, dispel harmful myths, and empower individuals with the knowledge to make informed decisions about their health and the well-being of their communities. Effective public health messaging must go beyond simply providing dry facts and figures. It must resonate with people's lived experiences, addressing their concerns, allaying their anxieties, and providing clear, actionable steps they can take to protect themselves and their loved ones. The message must be delivered through multiple channels, from traditional media outlets to social media platforms, ensuring it reaches a wide and diverse audience. Public education campaigns should focus on empowering individuals with a clear understanding of how infectious diseases spread, emphasizing the importance of preventative measures such as frequent hand washing, respiratory etiquette, and avoiding close contact with sick individuals. These campaigns should also address the stigma often associated with infectious diseases, promoting empathy and understanding for those affected and combating discrimination. Moreover, public health officials must work to build trust and credibility with the communities they serve, engaging in open and honest dialogue, addressing concerns, and acknowledging uncertainties. Transparency is crucial in building public confidence and ensuring that individuals feel empowered to make informed decisions based on evidence, rather than succumbing to fear and misinformation. The Ebola scare in New York City highlighted our interconnected world and the need for robust public health infrastructure. Preparedness requires constant vigilance, adaptability, and investment in public health. Collaboration is crucial. Infectious diseases know no borders. Sharing information and resources is essential for a global response. Addressing root causes like deforestation and climate change is vital. By working together, we can create a healthier, more resilient world. The 2014 Ebola scare in New York City was a potent reminder of the city's indomitable spirit. It tested the city's preparedness and resolve. The scare highlighted the strengths of its public health infrastructure, the dedication of its healthcare workforce, and the resilience of its citizens. The incident underscored the importance of clear communication and public trust. New York City emerged stronger, ready to face future threats. The 2014 Ebola scare in New York City highlighted the critical role of public health professionals. From epidemiologists tracking outbreaks to lab technicians analyzing samples and educators spreading vital information, they form our defense against diseases. The Ebola scare underscored the need for investment in public health infrastructure, robust surveillance systems, and a well-trained workforce. Public health is a necessity, ensuring healthier communities. The 2014 Ebola scare in New York City underscored the profound impact of fear on our perceptions, our actions, and our collective well-being. The incident highlighted the speed at which misinformation can spread, the challenges of communicating complex scientific concepts to the public, and the critical need for clear, accurate, and evidence-based information to counter fear and promote informed decision-making. The Ebola scare revealed the power of narrative, both in amplifying fear and in providing reassurance. The initial media coverage, often sensationalized and fear-mongering, fueled public anxiety, while subsequent reporting, grounded in science and emphasizing the low risk to the public, helped to quell fears and restore a sense of calm. The incident highlighted the critical role of responsible journalism and the need for media outlets to report on public health emergencies in a balanced and accurate manner, providing context, avoiding sensationalism, and relying on credible sources of information. Furthermore, the Ebola scare underscored the importance of public health literacy, the ability to understand and act upon health information. Individuals equipped with accurate information about infectious diseases, their modes of transmission, and preventive measures are better equipped to make informed decisions about their health, assess risks rationally, and avoid making choices based on fear or misinformation. The Ebola scare served as a potent reminder that knowledge is our most powerful antidote to fear. By promoting public health literacy, disseminating accurate information, and fostering a culture of critical thinking, we can empower individuals to make informed decisions, navigate complex health challenges, and contribute to a healthier and more resilient society. The 2014 Ebola scare in New York City, though a fleeting crisis, served as a potent reminder of the ever-present threat of infectious diseases and the need for ongoing vigilance, preparedness, and global cooperation to safeguard our collective health. The incident highlighted that infectious diseases respect no borders and that protecting our communities requires a multifaceted approach that addresses both the biological and social dimensions of these threats. The Ebola scare underscored the importance of investing in public health infrastructure, both domestically and globally, strengthening surveillance systems to detect emerging threats early, ensuring adequate surge capacity in hospitals, maintaining stockpiles of essential medical supplies, and supporting research and development of new diagnostics, treatments, and vaccines are essential components of a robust public health system. Furthermore, the Ebola scare highlighted the need for a One Health approach that recognizes the interconnectedness of human health, animal health, and environmental health. Factors such as deforestation, climate change, and the wildlife trade can increase the risk of zoonotic diseases like Ebola, spilling over from animals to humans. Addressing these broader issues through sustainable practices, conservation efforts, and responsible trade regulations is crucial in mitigating the risk of future pandemics. The Ebola scare in New York City, though unsettling, served as a catalyst for reflection, prompting a reassessment of priorities, a renewed commitment to public health, and a recognition of our shared vulnerability and interconnectedness. By embracing a spirit of collaboration, investing in preparedness, and addressing the root causes of infectious disease emergence, we can strive to create a healthier and more resilient world, better equipped to face the challenges posed by infectious diseases now and in the future.